All right, we're gonna start right now. So, you guys have a good lunch today? Pretty good? Okay. It's way better than 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago there was like the broccoli curry. That was my horrible experience in my whole life. Okay, yeah, thanks for coming. So it's gonna be like a 15-minute lightning talk. So I'm not gonna show any slide deck except for this intro. It's all about developer productivity with it, like a Java and Quarkus stuff. So how many people actually have some experience with the Quarkus? Okay, nice. And then I'm just stop. So my name is Daniel. I'm from Red Hat and developer advocate. And among others, you can find me Google searching and social media. I'm from Boston, by the way. So yeah, so you can ask me anything around like a Quarkus, Java, or cloud, or AI, yeah, among others. Yeah, happy to answer the question. So basically, I have two developer productivity, like a live demo next 14 minutes. One is just general cloud native microservices with the Quarkus, like an interrupt process. And the other one is a similar experience, but AI application. So which one do you prefer? No preference? Just you sitting on the chair and then try to digest the cheeseburger or chicken burgers? Okay. All right. So let me. So how many people actually joined the Kevin DeVore session this morning? Just one. Okay. Let's go with the AI because he showed a lot of AI stuff, which is.
Maybe they know the title of the talk more than the speaker.
Oh. Okay. Alrighty. So here is my terminal window. So Quarkus actually provide more than 1,000 ecosystem, which is like a Maven library or a graduate modules, like a bunch of stuff, from like a cloud microservices, but also serverless, reactive application, AI, and among others. So basically, Quarkus provides some developer productivity feature, which is most Quarkus team and community developer put most effort into developing that features, like live coding and dev UI and dev services based on out-of-the-box feature of test container and continuous testing and among others. So enable compilation as well. So let me try to create a new Quarkus project. You can actually using Maven command line package or grad command line or go to quarkus.io, such as the quarkus.io, and then go to here, starting coding, just like a Spring initializer. And you can select and input whatever you want. And the interesting part, we have actually categorized a few common use cases, like even AI application and REST API and like a command line application, event-driven application. So there are several ways you can start and scaffold Quarkus project from the scratch. But there are also Quarkus CLI. Some people told me, hey, Dan, so I don't want to use another tool because I have already 13 tools, like including IntelliJ. But so I also using IntelliJ and VS Code, like both a little bit, but Quarkus CLI are way easier for me to create some project, add some capability. So I'm going to go to both way. Let me try to create a new Quarkus project, like a Quarkus create add, and then let's try to using project name like Quarkus AI. And then I'm going to go to open my project. So probably it looks good. Everybody can see that? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Let me try a little bit bigger. 150%. Okay. So Kevin actually, like on me, you need to go to 150, but I wouldn't do that. All right. Anyway, so this is a Quarkus project, and the first thing is I'm gonna run the Quarkus using like a Quarkus CLI or Maven command line, something like Maven. Whenever generate a new Quarkus project, it generates source code and like a Docker file. and like a Maven wrapper in case you want to using multiple Maven version. So I just run Quarkus live coding. You can see that here. It means whatever you change the code, it automatically compile, rebuild, and restart without any manual stuff. So when I go to PalmXML, this is a Maven project, and then this is a 21 by default, but I'm using actually 24, the latest one. When I change it 24, and you can see that it automatically recompile restart. So this is a really live coding means just like a JavaScript. When you're using JavaScript, you just change JavaScript, but you don't need to something manual thing. It automatically already there, like a hot swap thing, something like that. So just change that, and then when you press D, and I can go to Quarkus Dev UI. This is one of the visualization stuff you can find and figure out what kind of dependency you already in your project, and then more like compilation. For example, even you can have a workspace here. So you can literally find out your local workspace, like a Java code. You can actually change it here. So if I go to Dev UI, and then here's your REST endpoint, I'm going to go to the hello, and you can see the hello from Quarkus REST. And then go back to here and then go to workspace. So let me change your Quarkus REST at DevOps UK. I can save a file and go to here, and then I'm going to reload. And then you can see that it's literally REST and DevOps UK. So just like a JavaScript. But when I go back to my IDE and then open my project and local file system and the greeting resource, you can see that it literally dev UI changed my local files. That really happens. So this is a maybe small minor thing, but just imagine that whenever you develop new business application in your daily job, and then you keep doing majorly three things: write a code, and then build code, test code. Just three steps. That is an iterative process. So whenever you do something, change the code, add a new code, and then bring your business requirement, you need to do recompile, rebuild, restart, and then testing among others. But if you could do that not by yourself, like some framework, make it happen automatically, that is super awesome. And then that we say increase developer productivity. So let me go to changes something around the buffer that when I go to here, you can see that endpoint and also continue testing. If I continue to start continue testing, I fail because your expectation is Quarkus REST originally generated source code in the testing unit automatically generate when I scaffold project. But I just changed my file and the DevOps UK, but my application still functionality working because when I go to ID tool, if I open like a local terminal window, and then I'm going to try to call not web browser, and then I'm going to see that hello, Quarkus REST and DevOps UK. So here's the thing, my application is still working as I intended, so because I changed it intentionally, but test fail. But this is one of a good example how important you keep doing test-driven development. So sometimes you skip the the test unit, like a unit test, but sometimes it will cause like a big issue in production because whenever you change the code, application function working, and then you just push and commit, and then you have a fantastic CI/CD, like a Jenkins or whatever you call that. It will deploy to the production in next 3 minutes. But something happened in there, and then you find the error, and then go back to your code and change it again. So what if you could just notify something wrong in your test case, and that would be awesome. So that is the test case. When I go to test case, and you can see that if I change at DevOps UK, and then it's an IntelliJ automatic save file, and then now go back to continue testing. It's already fixed that problem. I just need to save a file. If I'm using VS Code or among other like even VI editor, you need to save file explicitly, obviously. But looking for the IntelliJ, it actually automatically save, which means that I just keep doing my job to developing a business application. In the meantime, I don't need to change anything like a rebuild, recompile, and continue testing, and so on. Okay, so let me try to make it really good example here. So probably we have only 5 minutes. Okay. And then I'm going to try to add like a LangChain4j OpenAI for like a turn into this application as a AI service. I don't need to this kind of stuff anymore. Resource it kind of. And then go, let me try to add new Java class, let's say just bot and interface. And then the Quarkus LangChain4j integration allows developer just add one annotation, REST AI service as interface, which allow your interface to make an AI infused application right now. You don't need to do any else, just one annotation. And I'm going to try to add like a string, write a joke for me. And I'm going to pass down user prompt, here annotation user message, and then string like a question. That's it. And then I'm going to set the first system message as a prompt engineering, which is define your LLM scope and behavior. Let's say you are a professional, like a comedian in UK. Hopefully it works. And go to application property, and then let me try to add like a OpenAI configuration here, some kind of which model I'm going to use, like a GPT-4 or mini, and like a OpenAI and some kind of temperature. It's a meaning you can define between credibility and like a accuracy. And then I'm going to put in the all logs, and then go to my Quarkus stuff, and then go back to my dev UI. And now you can see that here LangChain4j extension automatically edited. And then go to chat. Oh, here is you are a professional comedian in UK. And then okay, give me some joke about Apple. And then when I go back to my terminal, and then you can see that there are some communication between my local, and then here you can see that responsible from my LLM. And then you can see that the why, here is for one for you. Why did the Apple stop in the middle of a road? And because it ran out of juice. Is that funny for UK? I don't understand that. I'm from Boston. No offense. Anyway, so that's the whole related thing. And then one of the great thing is for developer, I don't have even front-end application because like a fancy UI of like a chat box, but I can still test my AI application, communicate AI stuff. And then also as the prompt engineering practice, you can actually set like a enable streaming chat. It's more like a ChatGPT format, like a streaming, and you can start, and you can actually change the system message to define scope. So let me try to. You are not professional comedian, like you are like something like. Oh, let me try to start a new one, and then you are a college student. Student in UK. And then I'm going to try to with that. But when I go back to my application, go to my application, so it's just still the same one. But I can still quickly test something other, like a prompt engineering. And then you can say that, oh, write a joke for me about Apple again. And then you got something very not good joke. So why did Apple go to school? And because it wanted to be smartphone. It's not funny for me though. So, but it's you can see that the AI is basically non-deterministic. But you can, how do you define your prompt engineering? Just like as a system messaging, you can really verify the AI application, like some stuff, without fancy application or among other stuff. So there are among others like once again go to like a AI infused, and you can see by default and OpenAI just like I used it, and then easy rag is a Quarkus LangChain integration stuff. You can go to LangChain4j, you cannot find this kind of stuff. So this is your Quarkus LangChain integration. So you don't need to create your own custom ingester or retriever or vector store stuff. And the easy rec just allow you just define where your document pass in your local file system. And then all the other stuff, the Quarkus LangChain for J, that take care of you. And then you can just upload that your own document in your local vector store. Could be PostSQL vector store, and then process that with your embedding model, like a GPT Minio, and then you got some answer, a better answer based on augmentation of your question. All right, that's it. It's too short to show a lot of stuff today. Okay, so here we go again. We have a DevRocks party this evening. So if you are interested in coming to the DevRocks party and give some chat and then some social networking and a beer and then some food, we have a step here, so you can ask her to get the invitation card. Thank you so much, and have a good rest of the conference.